Hello and welcome to a new video. In this video we will explore how to perform sentiment analysis on textual data using Visual Studio as our code editor. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of sentiment analysis and be equipped to apply it to your own projects. We can start with the definition of sentiment analysis. Since we are going to talk about it, let's slide sentiment analysis and run the cell. And let's talk about this. Sentiment analysis, also known as opinion mining, is a technique used to determine the sentiment or emotional tone behind a piece of text. It helps us understand whether a given text expresses positive, negative, or neutral sentiment. Sentiment analysis has a wide range of applications. It can be used to analyze customer reviews, social media sentiment, market research, and much more. By automating sentiment analysis, we can quickly gain insights from large volumes of textual data and make informed decisions based on the sentiment expressed. Now let's start by importing necessary libraries. In this tutorial, we'll be using popular Natural Language Toolkit library for sentiment analysis. For this, we are going to say import NLTK, which represents Natural Language Toolkit, and we are going to say from nltk.sentiment import the sentiment intensity analyzer. Here it is. Let's select this and run the cell. Now we are going to do our downloads, but because of I am using a macOS operating system, it is raising SSL error. I'm going to use a piece of code for ignoring it. You can also use the same if you are getting error on nltk.download codes. But if you are not getting any errors, you can just do downloads. I'm just going to paste it here and I can share it with you in the description of the video. And I'm just going to run this, and now I'm going to say nltk.download. We are going to download weather lexicon, punct, and stop words. And let's run this. Now the installation finished successfully. Great, we did our downloads and imports. For this tutorial, we'll create some example sentences and we'll use them in the video. I'm going to create a positive sentence and I'm going to say, it is a great day. I love being in here. It's a really positive sentence. And let's create negative sentence with, the customer service was living. It's a really negative sentence, I think. Okay. We are good to go now. Sentiment analysis requires some pre-processing steps to ensure the text is in a suitable format for analysis. Common pre-processing steps include removing stop words, converting text to lowercase, and handling punctuation. Now we are going to define a function which is going to do this kind of operations for us. But before this, we need to import some stuff. We need to import string, and we are going to import stop words from nltk.corpus import stop words. And we are going to import word tokenize from nltk.tokenize. Let's say tokenize. Import word tokenize. And we are going to run this. Now we can define our function. Let's give the name of preprocess text. And we are going to pass text inside of this function. And now we are going to say text is going to be equal to the text.lower. And we are going to say text is going to be equal to the text.translate string dot and we are going to say string dot punctuation. And now we are going to tokenize word tokenize. We'll pass text here. Let's do an operation for stop words. We are going to set the stop words like set stop words dot words, and we are going to say English since our sentences are in the language of English. If you are working with a different language, you can change this. Now we are going to eliminate tokens, like if a token is a stop word, it's not going to be in our list. For this, we are going to say tokens is going to be equal to the, we are going to open a list here, token for token in tokens, if token not in stop words. We say too much token, I guess. And we are going to say pre-process text is going to be equal to the, we are going to use dot join here, and we will just add tokens like this. And we are going to say return pre-processed text. This is our function. Actually, we need to make a change here, like we need to add space to here because we want spaces between the words. This kind of pre-processing operation is a really common thing in natural language processing operations like text classification or named entity recognition, or maybe in chatbots, but in large language models, which is trending nowadays, we are not usually doing this since it takes too much tokens and model can understand all the words. If you're going to do something like text classification, you are going to see this kind of pre-processing, I think. Now let's use this function in our negative and positive sentence. Like we're going to say pre-processed positive sentence is going to be equal to the pre-process, I made a typo there, process text, and we are going to pass positive sentence inside. And let's print this like pre-processed positive sentence is going to be equal to the pre-processed positive sentence. And let's run this. And we can see that words are separated and stop words are removed from our sentence. Now we are going to do the same for the negative sentence we have. For that, we are going to say pre-processed negative sentence, and we are going to say pre-process text, and we will say negative sentence here. And let's print this also. Print pre-processed negative sentence, and we are going to just say pre-processed negative sentence. Let's run this also, and we can see a same type of word structure, sentence structure here. Now that we have pre-processed our data, it's time to perform sentiment analysis. We will be using the VADR, which represents Valence Aware Dictionary and Sentiment Reasoner, sentiment analysis tool, which is built into the NLTK library. For this, we are going to say SIA is going to be equal to the sentiment intensity analyzer, and we are going to say sentiment scores positive is going to be equal to the sentiment intensity analyzer dot polarity scores. We are going to talk about what are them. Pre-processed positive sentence, and let's print this like print sentiment scores for positive sentence and let's say sentiment scores positive, and let's run this. Let's talk about the results. Here the first thing is negativity. It's 0. It means that our sentence is not negative, and the second one is the neutrality. It came like lower values for both of them because there's some words that increases the neutrality score, and we can see that our positivity score is 0.89, which is a really high score. You can remember our sentence was something like great day love, I love this day, something like that, and it's a really positive sentence. It means that it's working nicely on positive, and the compound score here is that makes us decide the sentence is positive or negative. It takes values between -1 and 1, and if it's closer to the 1, it means that the sentence is positive. Actually, if it's greater than 0, we can say that it's not negative, but it's positive. And if it comes closer to the -1, it means that the sentence is negative. Let's do the same for the negative one. Let's just say sentiment scores negative is equal to the sentiment intensity analyzer polarity scores, and we are going to say preprocessed negative sentence, and let's print this also. I guess now we are going to see the negativity really high, negative sentence, and let's say sentiment scores negative. Let's run this. As we can see here, negativity score is 0.76 and there's no positivity, and here is our compound score, which makes us decide our sentence is negative or positive, and we can easily decide on this information. Since here is minus, we can say that it's negative. Let's just come back to here. So once again, the sentiment analysis tool provides us with sentiment scores ranging from -1 to 1. A positive score indicates positive sentiment, a negative score indicates negative sentiment, and a score close to 0 suggests neutral sentiment. We are generally interested with compound score, which we can give a decision based on it. We can also get only the compound score from polarity scores, like this type of print statement, like let's say compound value is, and we are using an F string, and we are going to open a dictionary type of parenthesis like this, and we are going to say sentiment scores. Let's take for the positive one, and we are going to reach to the index value of compound, and when we run this, there is a mini typo there where I'm just checking. We just need to change the string type like this, and we just used, okay, it seems nice now. It raised that type of error because we just used 4 times of that, but we can't do that. We just changed its type and now it's working. As you can see, we just reached to this dictionary's compound element like this. This dictionary here, we just took this from this dictionary and here it is. And let's write a conditional statement which will print positive if compound score from sentiment intensity analyzer is greater than 0, neutral if it is equal to 0, and negative if it is less than 0. Let's write this type of conditional statement. For this, we are going to say if sentiment scores positive, compound, we are going to take it, is greater than 0, we are going to say print sentence is positive. Else if sentiment score positive, compound once again equals to the 0, we are going to print sentence is neutral, and else print sentence is negative. And let's just run this. We can see that sentence is positive. We can just change this like negative, and we can see the output changes like this. Just like this, we can do sentiment analysis to our own datasets by defining this type of conditional statement into a function. That was all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.